once again an episode every Thursday where we feature an amazing business owner and put her on the spotlight since she's our guest. We here for BizDoc, originally from the Philippines. We have this live every Thursday to share our story, be inspired, and answer our $1 million question each week. So hopefully, whoever that will be watching us live, replay, thank you, everyone for gracing our page, sending us love, sending us comments. We really, really appreciate you guys. So, before anything else, I will introduce myself and then I will have my other business partners answer the $1 million question. And then we will have our feature business partner also from the US. So, my name is Angel, originally from the Philippines. I am a mom, a military wife, social worker by profession, and a very, very proud digital business owner. I will answer the our first and one and only $1 million question for today. So we are all digital business, digital owners. Before anything else, I will also give a shout out to our amazing coaches in the business that were debt free because of their business, and also another thing also is because of how much they put their faith, patience, and courage and how they trust this business. So they grew this business and they are debt free now. So this business has a lot of potential, guys. So our $1 million question today is, what is your parent guilt and how did you overcome it? So I think most parents we always think being employed is what we can give to our kids. Even before I become a parent, I always tell myself I need to find a good job because I have to provide for myself. And then now that I have kids, I always said I need to do better and get a bigger wage so I can give my kids what they need. So I feel like that is always my guilt. Even though I'm working full time, I'm giving them a roof in their head, a food, and everything else. I feel like I am not giving them enough. And as I look at the society now and the world, I'm getting scary, and scary. So I feel like I have to find something so that I can leave something for my kids, something that they can always remember, something that they can always cherish. And they can say, besides the education that I'm leaving for them, they can say that, my mom built this for us so that we will have a secure future. So joining this business was my answer to this parent guilt. I felt like now that I'm building a legacy for them, I feel like I have more time and I am looking forward to growing my business and showing them that this is what I'm going to be giving it to you guys. I'm not giving you any debt. I'm not giving you any hopeful promises that I'm not going to be able to keep. I'm giving you the security of life. Besides the education, I want you to also be financially secured while I am, we all have to go somewhere at the end of this life. We will leave them and at least we're looking at them and says, I gave them something that they can be proud of me. So let's go to our di ko na siya una, pero una na lang kay number one mo siya diri sa taas. Let's go to our only rose among the thorns. Sir Ryan, go ahead, sir. It's your turn. Introduce yourself and answer our $1 million question.
Okay, thank you so much, Ate Angel. Thank you, and good evening, everyone. Good evening from my side, of course. Good morning and good afternoon from wherever part of the world you are. So, I am Ryan Alexander Lim. I'm a registered nurse all the way from the Philippines, but I work as a nurse educator for 19 years. So, almost 20 years. I will be 20 years in work next year of
You
February.
can retire now.
Actually, ate, my work right now is just, it's not a full-time job anymore. Yeah, my work is just online, and that's a good thing because it really go along with my digital business, which is also online. Okay, so let's go to our $1 million question about parents' guilt. Okay, my story is all about, yeah, 2 years I was not with my kid, of course, my firstborn, I mean, because we left him with our parents. Of course, that is the grandfather and the grandmother of Caleb. So because life demanded it, because my wife used to work in the kingdom of Saudi Arabia, so I don't have the choice, because I also travel with my work. I used to travel a lot because I'm educating nurses to become registered nurses also. So that's a very good field, of course, because uh, the pay is good, everything is good, but as the 2 years pass, that I am missing a lot with my kids. That's one of my guilt here. And yeah, the good thing about this digital business is this is the bridge that make me being a present dad right now. So being present, it entails a lot, because when we migrated here in the US, I was really shocked. Actually, mga ate, I was really shocked because way back in the Philippines, we have our helper there. She can do the household chores, but here in the US, we don't have any help or helper or something or a family member. So it's you will do everything. So sometimes, as human as we are, we become I don't know how to explain this one, but our patients are really tested.
Overwhelmed.
Yeah, our patients will be tested because, of course, I have a toddler. Okay, welcome to toddlerhood. My daughter is already in toddlerhood, and I have a preschool. So it's really overwhelming as a dad, especially if there's no class. So I will be my hands are full. So the parents' guilt is real. So we all go through it, whether it's of course the first 2 years of college is missing milestones, but right now I'm so happy that I'm a present dad. But sometimes losing patience during tantrums, sometimes we feel that, oh my god, are we doing enough? Oh,
Uh-huh.
how can I manage this one? But of course, sometimes ate, even though we are nurses, so you might be telling me that you can do it right, you are a nurse, but it's really different if it's your child. We even Kim is also before she became a dialysis nurse here in the United States. Kim was also a emergency nurse in Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. She was also a maternal and child nurse. She's a pediatric nurse. And then when we have our first child, this is the reality. We don't know what to do.
Yep. Yep.
The first 4 months of Caleb, uh, of course, in the morning we need to wake up because
Mm-hmm.
uh, the early morning cry that really how do you call this one, really disturb our neighbors back then in the Philippines. And then our neighbor will tell, right, is it Caleb who is crying? Yeah, of course. I told her, yeah, of course, there's no other one. Of course. And I'm really so happy and thankful because guilt doesn't make you a better parent. Your presence does. So instead of replaying the regrets, I choose to focus on the moments that you can create today. You have to forgive yourself for what you didn't know before, and remember that kids don't need perfect parents. They need a loving and consistent one. So that's why, let me tell you, this is a borrowed quote that I get from Karen Nguyen. There is no single right way to parent, just a million good ones. So, to parents out there, that's something we parents need to hear more often, because guilt is real. We're constantly asking
Mm-hmm.
ourselves, am I doing enough?
Yep.
Am I doing it right? But here's the truth, there's no perfect formula. So I also remember one of my auntie telling me that there's no book in parenting. So
Mm-hmm.
each of the child, we have to raise them differently.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just so thankful, Ate. I'm just so thankful that with this digital business, I'm with them. I'm present with them. Even the tantrums I'm witnessing. Not only the good times, but also the bad times. And yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. Thank you so much, Ate. Back to you, at Angel.
I am hoping that you are not getting those tantrums to yourself.
My
You're
mouth are
adapt
my mouth are getting bigger, ate.
you're adapting those tantrums to yourself. You're like, I try and try, and that's true, really. No matter how we read a book or like your experience with your wife, you would think your wife would be the expert because of being able to be in the like a maternal nurse, a pediatric nurse, and those already she saw all those while she was taking care. And sometimes we can tell ourselves we have so much patience to other kids. When it comes to our kids, it's like, where are those patients? Where are those? We have to find them. But it is true. As parents, we always have that parent guilt. And I like that quote that you said, that it's about Karen Nguyen. Really, there is really nothing, there is no perfect parenting, but what works for your child and what works for you is what it's called perfect. As long as you nourish them, give them the love, and every child is different. They have their own unique ways. And that's what they always says, that when you have an oldest child, the oldest child is always like almost perfect, doesn't cry a lot. It depends on the kids. And then you have the youngest one that really is the most tantrum, and you're like, oh my god, if we only knew that the second one is the word, so it's based on the child's how are they, because they are very unique. Each and every child is unique. So we will go to let's say Canada. Sis Mako, it's your turn now.
Yes, good evening, everybody. We're here once again. So, before I answer our $1 million question, so Miko here from Cebu, Philippines. So, child of God, wife, mom of three, and I work full time in public service, and of course, I'm enjoying my online business on the side. So, for our $1 million question, so parent guilt, I think you know it's common to us, right? Especially as hardworking parents. No, one of the there's a lot of guilt, but I'm gonna share just one. Like it's really like um, one of the biggest guilts I carry as a parent is we are online business owners. So online, so we have the laptop, we have our gadgets, and there are days that I'm working from home as well, and then one of the biggest gets is that like sometimes I forget to create that boundary and take a pause and break. So sometimes like 9 to 5, I work on my work laptop at home, and then after that I just switch my laptop and use my personal laptop and then run the business, right? So there's no in between, right? So that's one of the biggest guilt I carry. And then my youngest is 8 year old. So sometimes like she reminds me like, oh mama, I want to spend time with you during your free time. Like, oh my god, like it's really like it's really like putting a strain on my heart like when she says that every time, right? Because it's not a distraction, but for me, like it's a necessity, right? But there are times that we get carried away, right, with what we are doing. Like, oh my god, you already spent 1 hour composing all those content and everything that we do for the business, right? You're checking email, you're replying to inquiries, or you're just finishing a task, right? So sometimes I go, overtime with work at home. So now I have improved on that one. So if it's end of the work time, then close the work laptop, right? So even like scrolling, right? You're replying to comments in your, so that really is one of my what you call it challenge, that yield. And I think a lot of us can relate, right? Working parents. I know this Angel, you have a little kid too, right? And because of course online business, right? We use technology, we use gadget, and our phones, our laptops, they're always buzzing, especially inquiries, all those notifications. And for me on my work, like deadlines, site, all of that, group chats, right, social media, and all of that. And sometimes we tend to prioritize them, than our kid, right? So like, and that hurts as a parent, because like you started your side hustle because you want to spend time with your friend. But I know Sir Ryan, I think he is already a pro, because he's able to multitask that, like, sometimes he's doing live, and then his his son is there with him, or his daughter is there with him. But yeah, but you can't I can't um what you call it, prevent myself, feeling that guilt, right? Because okay, one more time, because right now we're still building, and then of course there will come a time that you don't need to put more effort as you do now, in the future. So there's that there's still that silver lining that I'm looking forward, right? So um that's and how I'm learning to overcome that, the need to really prioritize the all those notifications, laptops, or screen times, right? um uh, I try to set boundaries, like for example during dinner time, of course no phone, right? And then the very first thing that I also told my youngest, because she's the one, like, she's very vocal. Mama, I want to spend time with you. So I tell her that, okay, Mama is doing this, finishing this, and then like, you'll be surprised how kids their age, like, they're really, they understand. If you just explain to them like why you're doing this, and it's for them, right? And then like, yeah, okay, she does, and then now she understand, like if I do go live like this, and she would just go, be quiet on the side, right? So yeah, you just have to explain to them that what you're doing is really not just for you, but for the whole family, right? And we also create uh, like some sort of um, rituals or routines. Like it might not be everyday routines, but like at least to spend and bond with her, the quality time. So it's the quality, not the quantity, right? So communicate openly, like, oh, what you're doing, Mama is doing this, I need to focus, I am replying to an inquiry, and then like say, oh, then this kid's like, oh, Mama, I want to show it, right? And then you're divided. So I just explained to her like, oh, I need to finish my thoughts while replying. So yeah, you'll be surprised that these kids understand if you just explain to them the importance of why you need to finish this, and then 30 seconds, a minute, and then you can get back to them and focus on them, right? So yes, the guilt is always there because of the nature of our side hustle. But instead of letting it weigh me down, right? Because that's just the reality of our life now, right? I use it as a reminder that, you have to pause, and then, of course, look up and then be present whenever they need us. And it's just a matter of like, prioritizing and organizing your time. And yeah, it's an evolving and it's a challenging life we have as parents, but yeah, uh, you can do it. And with our community here, so that's why we are sharing all of these tips, and so that other people can also learn, because I believe not only us in our community, but other people, other hardworking parents are also guilty as well, right? It may not be like uh, the circumstances that we have, because we're juggling all of these things. uh, right? So yeah, that's all I can share for now, Sis Angel. Back to you.
Thank you. Very true. I myself is also guilty about that. So now I have been trying my very best. That's why I was talking to Sis Mako a couple of days ago. I said, I have told the youngest one, which is almost 7 years old, I have told him Saturday, Sunday, Monday is our time. Whatever he wants to do. Now, when it comes to Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it's my live time. So I try to put him early for bed, and so he knows now the time. He said, "Okay, today is what?" And he'll say, "Today is Tuesday. Okay, you have a live today, so I won't wait up or anything like that. But it is. The little kids are so smart that they know how what you're doing, and the undivided time that you want to give them. Like Sis Mako said, you want to do more quality time than quantity time, and let them pick what they want to do when you have that time with them, because that's the time that they will always cherish. So yeah, good tips. We always have that parent guilt. So after Canada, we're gonna go to Philippines. From Bohol, Philippines, Sis Merced.
Hi, everybody. Good morning. It's we are expecting a typhoon now. Everybody's at home. Classes and offices are suspended. So hopefully, it won't be that since it was raining earlier. Okay, so Merced here. I'm here live in Bohol, Philippines, and I'm a mother of an 11-year-old daughter, a civil engineer by profession, and a proud digital business owner. So our million-dollar question for today is about the parent guilt. Parent guilt. So I've been talking to my child earlier. She's here beside me about the parent guilt because I agree. I agree with this Mako na it's a time she has. Can you share with us here? No, 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 no. I asked her to share how she's feeling with my time with her because she always keep on saying, what did you say? Mama is what? You're too busy. You forgot about. Mama is too busy and you forgot about me. So that's her word. So for years, all these years since I gave birth to my child, my life is so focused in the preparation for her. I'm preparing the future for my child. I'm trying to secure the financial future for my child. So I was so focused on that sometimes I get too busy with side hustles. I'm here at home. I left my job in Singapore. I used to work in Singapore, and I tried to focus my life on being present to my child. And by doing that, by being present to my child, I engage in too much side hustles. Since I'm working at home, I engage too much side hustles to be able to prepare for the future that I envision for my child. So with that, sometimes I forget that, oh my God, I'm so overwhelmed by all those works that I forgot that I have my child. And the main purpose of staying at home is for her, and to the point that sometimes I am too engaged with what I'm doing that she often tell me, Mama, you don't have any more time with me. Mama, can we when we go can I have can you listen to me? Can we can you stay with me? And sometimes in the evening, Mom, I cannot sleep without you. Can you stop what you're doing? You know. I didn't say that. Huh? I didn't say yeah, like can you stay with me, can you sleep with me, because she cannot sleep without me beside her. So and sometimes I'm still on my phone, sometimes I'm still on my laptop, sometimes I'm still in the kitchen doing the chores, but she needs to sleep, and I ask her to sleep. You sleep now, go ahead and sleep, but she cannot sleep without me. So those are the many things daily that most often I'm I'm engaged too much in my phone. Most often I'm engaged too much in my paperwork, in works in the laptop. That uh, even in studying, right? Even in I need to be there to tutor her or to be there to help her with the studies. But there are so many inquiries, there's so many calls, there's so many, I still have to engage in discussion with others, engage in phone calls, engage in many things. That yeah, that's what I'm guilty about every day. All these daily, daily routines, and then um I'm so focused on the future that sometimes I forgot this is the present. You know, I forgot later, I'm already doing it, and then I realize, oh my God, this is what I'm doing. This is what is happening. So that's it. So I need daily. I need to recommit myself into what the purpose why I'm here. I need to recommit the that commitment that I have to be present, because at the end of the day, oh my God, it's not really being present, because I'm just present physically, but I'm not present wholeheartedly because I'm doing other things. So these are the things. These are the daily small things, but it's being already captured in the heart of my child. Oh my God, Mama, you don't have any more time with me. Mama, you're so busy. Mama, like that. So it entails daily commitment to remind myself that the real purpose why I stayed, why I left my job in Singapore to stay with my child. That's a commitment, and I have to remind myself that that's my commitment. I have to live that commitment daily. Otherwise, my child is lost. I'm lost as a mother. So like that. So that's the guilt part. So because the the purpose is really there, the goal is there, but the process sometimes I'm lost, because I really need to recommit. I really need to remind myself that this is the essential. So that's it. Thank you.
Wow, I definitely I can relate from Sis Merced. Sometimes I have a little night light in my room and I just bring my laptop and I just kind of touch him so he knows I'm still there. But yes, that is true. Recommitment. Remind yourself why you started this side hustle. What was your really reason why you started it? And now you are preoccupied because you started something, and then the real reason why you started it for your loved one, your child, or your family, that you want to have time but you didn't have that time because of that situation. But that was amazing tips. That was all amazing. So now, last but not the least, we always feature an amazing business partner. She's from USA, originally from Jamaica. She's also a mom, a grandmother, and a wife as well. So let's hear her story as she shared her story and the reason why she joined this business, and what is her parent guilt and how did she overcome it. So let's put a spotlight to Sis Monica as she shared her story and her journey on this business and her parent guilt and how did she overcome it. So Sis Monica, take it away.
Hello, hi everyone. I'm Monica, originally from Jamaica, as you just said. Yeah, and I'm a mother, wife, grandmother of six, and a proud digital business owner. I'm a caregiver by profession. Yeah, so my kids are adults. My son is 37 and my daughter is 30. So I have no little ones. Yes, so but even though they are adults, they still need time. They need my time. Most of the time when they would call and I'm at work, I can't talk to them at the time, they would start fussing and saying, "You never have time to talk to us. You're always busy, mom. You're always busy." you know, and that kind of break my heart sometimes, especially my daughter, because she's the younger one, and she's a mama. She cling to her mother, so she always want my attention. So sometimes when I can't, I said, "I'm busy. I'll call you back," or you know, something like that. She would be saying, you always busy, always at work, never have time to talk, and at night you're so tired, you're going to sleep early." Yes, so that's that's one of
The
the negative.
parent guilt,
Yes,
right? But how did
yes,
you, what was your reason why you joined this
and
business
that's
and your story? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the reason why I joined this business so that I can get more time, freedom, and flexibility so that whenever they want to talk to me, I'll have time so that we can have a discussion. Also, my grandkids, when I went to see them, when I got my 2 days off and I went to visit them, they would be like, Grandma, you're not going back to work today. And I said, I can't stay. I have to go to work. Grandma has to work. They would be saying, Grandma, we need you to stay with us. You can't go. I said, I have to go. I'll have to go, but things will get better. So that's one of my main reason for joining this online business because it gives the freedom and flexibility so that to spend more time with them, so that they can know me better. 'Cause,
Oh,
yeah, so that they can know me better. I can take them out, have some fun with them, take them to the park, take them to wherever they want to go, and they get to know their grandmother more. Yeah, so
and no time limit. No time limit. You
no
don't
time.
have to go back or anything else.
Exactly. I have my own time. I'm a home boss, so I don't have to rush back to work or you know that is my main reason for joining this business. And then so then how I overcome it is by joining this business, getting more time freedom to spend more time with them, and build get to build a relationship with them, and I can let them know that it's all good, and teach them something meaningful that I learned from the community as well, because I've learned a lot from this community. Yeah, I learned a lot from this community, so I teach them what I've learned, and you know they understand that it's better that way when they're happy, know that their grandmother can spend a little more extra time with them. Yeah. And this business, I let them know this business later on. You will be running this business because I'll pass it down to you and things like
Mm-hmm.
that. Yeah, so that's it.
Wow, that was good. Being I mean, I think they always say that grandmothers are so special, for their grandchildren, and you trying to build the business to be able to have more time with them. Six grandkids is a lot, I mean, you have to really like spend a lot of time with them, and what grandmothers or grandparents give to their grandchildren are very special, because I think they said grandmothers, the grandkids remind them of their kids when they were little. They said so that's when they give more to the grandchildren than their actual children. So
That's right.
that
That's true.
that's what they always say, and so it's always special to spend time with your loved ones. So thank you so much, Ms. Monica, for your time. And again, guys, we have all these tips for parents, and that in that way too, to remind you guys that going back to your reason why you started a side hustle, finding the right business for your family, because that's important, like actually what Sismer said, recommit, look to yourself, like, why did you start this business? Is it this business supposedly giving more time to your child or taking away the time for your child? So recommit yourself, redirect yourself, and create that routine, because you started this business for that reason itself, is to not lose the time, because the kids are only young ones. When they grow up, you would not be able to see them, and they will do their own thing. So then you will say, oh my goodness, I miss all those stuff, like Brother Aryan. He missed two years of the oldest one, and that's something that he probably has the biggest guilt, because he was like, I need to find something. I don't want to miss another milestone even more, because my child would not know me. So it's difficult to not feel guilty, but according to Ryan, there is no perfect parenting. Be a present parent, because that reminds them that you're always there. When they cry, when they laugh, when they have a joke, when they are failing in school, that's why we always remind our kids that before, when you go out to live your world, there is always a home that you can come back. When you're sad, you can come back. When you have no money, you can come back. When you need food, you can come back. So it helps us to be able to be the better version of ourselves to our kids, and the kids see that. So thank you everyone for the wonderful night tonight, and hopefully everyone got some tips, and quit beating yourself up as a parent, because you are doing the best you can. Taking care of your kids is your priority. So take care, everyone. Have a great weekend, and see you again next week for our another Thursday live. Bye,
Thank
everyone. God
Thank
bless.
you. Good night, everybody.
Thank you. Can I
Yes.
take a
Thank you. Thank
picture?
you.